Tonight, an urgent manhunt now underway in Germany for the person authorities say is responsible for a violent stabbing attack in the city of Solingen Friday night. ISIS now claiming responsibility for the incident, which left at least 3 people dead and 8 more injured.
This guy was Muslim terrorist. He was Muslim, he was under Islam. He was shouting Allah Akbar or something like that shit when he was stabbing innocent ladies. He was stabbing 10 people at that day.
As violent clashes erupted after 5 people, including 3 children, were severely injured who became victims of stabbing by a Muslim immigrant.
The horror began just before midday on the 29th of July, a week into the school holidays. Emergency services were called to Hart Street nearby after reports the masked attacker had entered a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. When they arrived, they found multiple people, most of them children, suffering serious stab wounds.
I think our Prime Minister has a little bit been lost in the clouds, into the dreams of multiculturalism. And I admit, those are wonderful dreams, they sound very good. But unfortunately, the situation on the ground is not like that. What we've been promised is love and understanding. What we've gotten is the value system of an Islamic State.
The Quran, which incidentally, if you read, demonstrates Islam as a peaceful and harmonious religion.
Islam is a religion of peace.
Islam is a religion of peace.
You've allowed people into our towns and cities that are raping their way through our towns. They're murdering our kids, left, right and centre. Women are being raped daily across every city in our country from the fuckers that you've brought in. You've opened our borders when you worry. Your care needs to be about our kids. You care more for Afghanis, Somalis, Eritreans, Syrians, Pakistanis. You care more for them. You put them up. You house them. They're a danger to us. They're a danger to our country, and you give more of a fuck about them than you do about British children. You are endangering our country. You're endangering every one of us and our families by housing men you know nothing about across our country, and to top it all off, we're paying for it. So before people get on quick and condemn the angry men, that anger is justified. Okay? I'm surprised this took this long. And with your two-tier cowardice policing, you've actually encouraged the scenes you see tonight. You've done this. The government have done this. The police have done this. Your absolute cowardice has resulted in this. Children being butchered and murdered. And the problem is, no one can believe a word you say, because you continuously lie. Everything's a lie from you. No one trusts you. No one trusts your media. The entire nation is about to break down because of your foolish, weak, cowardly leadership. Stop the fucking boats. Get them out of them hotels. Get them gone. Put them on boats and send them back. Okay? They shouldn't be here. They're endangering the safety of our families. Men will rise up. They're always going to rise up. They have to rise up to defend their families. You've brought this war on our shores. You've brought danger on our shores.
17 attacks in 48 hours, and not one single. One of these the attacks have actually been done by what we call English natives. So they've all been done by those with, let's just say, foreign backgrounds or migrant backgrounds, either first generation or second generation.
Chaos in Sweden. It's getting worse by the minute. It's like the gates of hell is open. More and more immigrants that we can't take care of is coming every day. The violence is getting more and more. Hatred against the Swedes people are getting bigger and bigger.
De feiten zie. En feit is dat meer dan de helft van de verdachten in Nederland van alle misdrijven een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat van alle gedetineerden 2/3 2/3 een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat 66% van de gevallen van zakkenrollerij door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 60% van de straatroven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 40% van de drugsmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 39% van alle geweldsmisdrijven in Nederland door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. En feit is dat opnieuw 39% van alle vuurwapenmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen plaatsvindt. En tenslotte, voorzitter, 46,5%, bijna de helft van onze gevangenissen zitten vol met mensen met niet-westerse allochtonen.
So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is 0 terrorist attacks in Poland.
Somali attacker who made references to Allah stabbed and wounded 9 people inside a mall in Minnesota. The attacker, who was shot dead by an off-duty police officer, asked at least one victim if they were Muslim.
We came here on a diversity visa, actually, to the United States back in 2010. Killed 8 people yesterday, injured another 11 after he rented a truck from a Home Depot in New Jersey, drove it into the city, and then moved up onto a bike path and plowed into pedestrians and bikers just going about their day, exercising, maybe sightseeing, killing 8 people.
France, an arson attack on a synagogue is being treated as an act of terrorism.
Police in France say they've arrested a man suspected of starting fires and causing an explosion outside a synagogue in the country's southwest. Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin said the alleged perpetrator had been detained. French media said the suspect was shot and injured by police after he opened fire on the officers who came to arrest him in the city of Nîmes.
3 people have been killed and several others are wounded after what police believe was a terrorist attack at a church in the southern coastal city of Nice.
Bombing at Cairo's largest Coptic cathedral has killed at least 25 people and wounded nearly 50 others. Most of the victims are reported to have been women and children.
That is why, you see, they burn our churches. But there is no any mosque that burned down. But all the churches burned down.
Sheiko and his 30,000 jihadists use particularly bloody methods. They ruthlessly cut the throats or execute their enemies to terrorize the public. It was on April 14, 2014 that Boko Haram first made headlines worldwide. That night, one of their commandos set fire to a high school in the city of Chibok and captured 276 students, all girls aged 12 to 17. A few days later, Boko Haram broadcast these images of the girls. They were reciting Muslim prayers. 165 of them are Christian, but they were forced to convert.